I grew up in small businesses, my grandparents' travel agency, my aunt and uncle's windshield business, whatever next big opportunity my dad was going to pursue, who knows, but it was going to be giant. He and my uncle Tom were always after it. I was surrounded by entrepreneurs. And not much has changed. My little brother and almost all of my cousins think I'm crazy because I've got a job, and they run businesses, everything from landscaping to catering to real estate to filmmaking. I have cousins here in Australia who are entrepreneurs as well. My cousin Jess just started a exercise clothing company, Wild Activewear. And she summarizes the spirit of all of their businesses well on her About page on her website. We're a small business with big dreams. Nobody has ever made running a small business look easy or glamorous. In fact, I've seen that it's really, really hard. But for all the ups and downs, I've always been captivated by the deep sense of pride, the pride of ownership, of making your own way, of making your own mark in the world. It inspired me to think about what I wanted to do very differently. In my family, the dinner table is the center of the universe. Everything comes together over food and conversation. And I have an uncle, he always gives the same toast. Many people in this world wait for opportunity, while others stick their neck out and create it. Here's to sticking out your neck. That opportunity, that feeling changed what I wanted to do. I started my own little DIY costume business 10 years ago and learned every lesson there is the hard way. And it inspired me to join a company like Intuit. I saw in Intuit a company whose core mission was to create opportunity, and I could go and do it at scale. I've been at Intuit for 12 years now and have the honor of leading our online platform. Around the dinner table in my family, that means I'm the person you direct your complaints about the QuickBooks product roadmap to. It's my job to push us to do the right things in the right order to create the most opportunity for you. I love it, and I feel honored to do this work because for me it's personal. But the cool thing about Intuit is I am not special or unique. Each one of us feels this connection. In the building I work in Mountain View, our headquarters, we have a wall where each of us has written who we come to work for and what prosperity means to them. Intuit has been around for 3.5 decades. And if I could point my finger to one reason for our staying power, it would be things like this wall. We've grown over the years from a small startup to a big global company, but we never forget who we work for. We work for you. My brother texts me every morning and reminds me, I work for him. Our founder, Scott Cook, says, if you want a big business, solve a big problem. I love the problem Intuit has taken on. I think helping power prosperity for small businesses might be one of the most noble causes. To take all of the businesses with small dreams and help tip the odds in their favor. That work is so important because, as we heard this morning, small businesses power the world. In Australia, businesses, 99% of them are small businesses. You employ half the country, you're amazing. But JD touched on it. The failure rate is high. 60% of businesses cease to exist in 3 years. As a company, we've set an ambitious goal that by 2025, we are going to improve the small business success rate. We have a lot of work to do together. And I want to spend my time this morning talking about how we're going to do that. And I want to start by telling you about the QuickBooks platform. When you open QuickBooks, you are contributing to something. You're helping build something for businesses here in Australia and around the world. And we're growing leaps and bounds here. We've recently hit a milestone of more than 4.2 million businesses, small businesses and self-employed around the world on the QuickBooks platform. You know better than anybody, our platform isn't just about the businesses, it's about the advisors. We're thrilled that we've passed more than 1 million accounting professionals on the platform, and that 60% of our businesses are connected through QuickBooks to their accountant or bookkeeper. With our Find an Accountant directory here in Australia, we're connecting 1,000 businesses and accountants a day around the world. QuickBooks is also one key part of the software, but third-party apps are so important. Developers have built 600 apps on our platform. Apps like Receipt Bank, T-Sheets, The T-Sheets team always shouts the loudest. And PayPal, so you can get everything done in one place. QuickBooks is also where you connect to your financial institutions. We have made great strides in the last year on direct connections, now connecting to all of the top banks. And we will continue to improve this every day. We're also working with government and industry and banking partners to support open banking when it rolls out in Australia in 2020. We are honored that QuickBooks is the largest small business platform. Millions of businesses connecting to millions of consumers, creating jobs and opportunity here and around the world. If I gave you just one anecdote of what we see happening on the platform, you have moved more than $530 billion annually, which isn't surprising when you think about the role small businesses play to power the economy. In Australia, small businesses represent a third of the GDP. But behind all those numbers are people, business owners and advisors like you and around the world. And the power, the promise of this platform is something we call the power of many for the prosperity of one. The goal is to unlock all of the collective wisdom, all of your collective experience, and use technology to bring it forth for each participant gets value. We invest more than $1 billion in R&D each year to realize this promise. We're applying machine learning and AI to this massive data set of aggregated and anonymous data so we can unlock patterns to help prevent mistakes, to steer you away from mistakes and towards opportunities, and deliver all of that collective wisdom back as proactive insights and guidance. We want the computers and the machines to do what they're good at so you can do what you're good at. And we are building a QuickBooks that is more than a tool for tracking the past, but a tool to blaze a path to growth and a bright future. And I'm excited to tell you a little bit about what we're working on, but first I want to say thank you. You make QuickBooks and this platform what it is. We wouldn't do what we do without you. Thank you for using QuickBooks, for letting us be part of your business. And know that we know none of these big numbers and fancy technology means anything if we don't deliver it back and put it to work to create value for you. It's everyone at Intuit's job to look for new ways to improve your lives and solve your problems. We call it customer-driven innovation, listening to you, understanding how you work, anticipating what will get in your way, finding ways for you to capitalize on what's coming. I want to highlight 3 areas in our time where QuickBooks is working harder for you, relieving some of the burden, where QuickBooks is automating some of the busy work and getting smarter for you, and how we're going to unleash this massive network to bring forth connections that help you be more successful in our products and in your business. Hard work. One of my favorite quotes is by Thomas Edison, who said, opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work. You know better than anybody, opportunity requires hard work. So we are focused on listening to you and understanding what is it that we can do, first and foremost, to relieve some of that burden and give you back time. Some of the things you've asked us for, we've delivered. We've improved the performance and speed of our product by 2 times. We've brought proactive bank alerts. We're launching automatic payment reminders to make getting paid easier so your customers get nudged on their own and will pay you faster. And we've brought forth the #1 feature request you had, which was profitability by project, the ability to cost jobs. For advisors, we have some exciting news tomorrow that Arij will talk about in her keynote. And for developers, we've heard you. We are launching a dedicated support so you can get your questions answered fast and know who to go to. We're also getting in front of new emerging challenges like single touch payroll, or my new favorite acronym, STP. By July, businesses have to report to the ATO with every pay run. And as the deadline approaches, this has been on your minds. I took calls in our Sydney office on Monday, and this kept coming up of what would we do and how would we help you get ready. we've got you covered. Now with QuickBooks Payroll, powered by KeyPay, STP compliance is built in. It automatically reports your data with every pay run, so you can pay your employees with confidence and ease. Now, many of you are new to STP. We've got you covered as well. We have online guides and webinars, and you can always call us with your questions. We'll help take care of everything. Next, let me share go we are working on automating QuickBooks, helping you feel ahead versus left behind as you go through the sea of paper that it starts with. We agree in my group, one of our favorite questions to ask you is, show me your receipts. You are all very creative about where you shove pieces of paper. Let's stick with this one, the shoebox. Tracking receipts manually and inputting them is a waste of your time. We have a better way. This year, we're introducing receipt capture across the QuickBooks lineup. All you have to do is snap a photo, and we'll extract the data and bring it in, and you can create a new expense or match it to an existing expense. You can also email us that receipt, and we're not stopping with receipts. You'll be able to email bills, invoices, statements, and we'll bring that data in. Now you can use all of the time with that paper on the things that matter more. Next, mileage tracking. Maybe second to the crazy shoebox are the ways I've seen a vehicle mileage log captured, sometimes on napkins in the car. Or for a lot of businesses, let's be honest, there isn't a capture of those miles because it is just added work to think through all of that. Last year, we brought automatic mileage tracking to our self-employed product, giving you an easy and magical way to set it and forget it and track miles. We've tracked more than 2.3 billion kilometers and created $1 billion in deductions. I'm excited to tell you we will be offering mileage tracking to our entire lineup. We're also making it smarter to remember locations and key trips, so we automate even more of that tracking for you. Now all your work miles are tracked in QuickBooks, ready to be deducted at tax time. Finally, I want to share how we're unleashing the power of connections to help you be more successful. Opportunity has never been just what you know, it's been who you know, the right advisor, the right team member, the right vendor with the best rates that you can trust. People can make or break a business. What would the power or point be of the World Small Business Network if we couldn't unleash the connections inside of it to benefit you? You've told us that one of the best things in Australia is the ability to give us a call and talk to a live, fabulous, I added fabulous, human like Bianca. And so we've thought about, well, if this makes us stand out, if you love this, how do we make it better? Introducing Smart Look. Now, if you have a question about anything, Smart Look lets you talk to one of these live, fabulous human beings in Australia inside of the product. Let me show you. Bianca, are you there?
Yes. How can I help you today, Cassie?
Well, I just told the audience about projects and the ability to track projects and profitability and get those reports. Can we show them how that works?
Absolutely. So all we need to do is, if you'd like to click on the Projects tab on the left-hand side, and then we're going to open the project for Anna's wedding. And then once we open the project for Anna's wedding, we can navigate to the Reports tab.
Okay. It's not working for you, but I can read and I see it right here, so I'll click there.
And then we can go to the Reports tab and you'll find the Project Profitability tab right at the top of that list.
Amazing. I love how you can direct me on screen with your mouse.
Absolutely. I can direct you to anywhere within QuickBooks. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Cassie?
No, that's it. Let's give a big round of applause to Bianca. That's Smart Look. Now let me tell you something else that is really exciting that's on the horizon. We know that small businesses are more successful when they work with an accounting professional. And I mentioned earlier that 60% of our small businesses are connected to their accountant or bookkeeper through QuickBooks. But what about the other 40%? As we've dug into this, what we hear from these customers is it's not that they don't need help, they do, but they're intimidated by not knowing where they would start, or the idea of beginning a formal relationship that they don't think they're quite ready for. That's where QuickBooks Live comes in. QuickBooks Live is something that you're going to see us test here in Australia in the coming months. QuickBooks Live will connect the businesses, the 40% not already connected to an accountant or bookkeeper, with a pool of qualified experts who can solve their problems, basic setup and basic bookkeeping. For small businesses, we're removing that initial emotion of feeling overwhelmed and making a connection to the right people. For all of you experts, this means opportunity. The experts that we connect businesses to are the pro advisors here in the room, or those who sign up in Australia. This is a way to connect with businesses who otherwise wouldn't benefit from your services, and gives you a way to generate additional revenue. We believe this will dramatically change the success for the businesses not already connected to accounting professionals, and will be an amazing new way to connect and drive the success of both parties. Much more to come on this, but we wanted to give you a preview. In closing, QuickBooks is going to work harder for you. We are going to automate the drudgery and work smarter for you. We're going to unleash the massive power of this network to help you be more successful. Keep giving us our feedback. Keep pushing us. We are so committed to Australia and the vision of what we could do together to create more opportunity. Our mission is deeply personal to me and to all 9,000 of us, and we will continue to get up every day coming to work for you. Thank you for everything you do. You are the opportunity makers. You create it for yourselves, for each other, for your communities. We hope that QuickBooks Connect is a catalyst to create more of those opportunities. Many people in this world wait for opportunity. Other people stick their necks out and create it. Here's to sticking out your neck.